everyone and welcome to the session. So basically we are conducting end-to-end SQL basic to advanced level practical session. So we have still completed the lab number 5. So now we will start for the lab number 6. Okay. So basically this SQL basic to advanced course, in this course basically you will hands-on get the real-time SQL the scenario. Then we will check the query optimization, performance tuning, and end of the this series we will also conduct the one real time project. Okay, so that detail I will explain you the later, but now the today we will complete the day number 6. Okay, so in a day number 6 we have the syllabus like advanced subqueries and common table expression. So this topic we will cover. So basically in this topic we will go through by the theoretical part. Then in this basically what is the correlated subquery, then exist versus in, then what is the CTE and recursive queries. Okay, so basically this important question asked during the interview, or if you are the working any kind of the task, then this maybe this concept it will be useful for you. Okay, so now then we will also check the practically scenario for the correlative subquery. We will take the one example like find the all the students whose marks are the greater than average mark of their department. Okay, so for that we have the table, so that I will also explain you. Then implementing CTE. Okay, so for the implementing CTE also we will take the creating the new the table, employee table, and we will find out the hierarchy. Okay, so for the top level manager. Okay, so basically we will cover these things. So now we will go for the theoretical part. So basically this is my two table, student table and department table. So the in this using this two table we will check the practical session. Okay, so first of all is the correlated subquery. So what is the basic understanding about the what is the correlated subquery? So for the definition, a correlated subquery is a subquery that use value from the outer query. It is evaluated by the one per row processed by the outer query. So basically, the correlated subquery is one kind of the one is a subquery. So basically, the subquery query and inside the another query. This is the definition of the subquery. But for the correlated subquery, it is a subquery that use the value from the outer query. Okay, and it is evaluated one per row, means one by one row it will be evaluated. Okay, so basically this is the difference between the correlated subquery and subquery. Okay, so for the syntax for the writing the correlated subquery, like for example select then column from the table 1 as, then we will put aliases as a, then where the exist. Okay, so exist means, so this statement depend on this statement exist. If the exist means basically if select 1 from the table 2 as b, where the a dot column equal to b dot column. So this is the condition. If this condition will return, then this block will be exist. If the this condition will be true, like it will be return the one row. So the one if exist in this query, then this statement will be executed. Okay, so basically this is the one kind of the statement, like one kind of the basically what we say that the this is the row means evaluated by the row. Okay, so exist is the keyword. So the if the data is exist, then this statement will be executed. Okay, so this is the basic the syntax for the correlated subquery. Then we will go by the example how we can check the correlated subquery in a practically. So basically we have the student table. So in a previous session we have created the student table. If you not created the table, in this video description I will provide the all the query like creating the student or whatever the queries we will write. So all the queries I will write, I will given you in the description box, you can check the link. Okay, so basically for that I will open my SSMS. So I will connect it to the my learn SQL this database. Okay, so basically in a basically today we will day 6 query. Okay, and I will save this one. Okay, Okay, so first question is that find the student who score more than the average marks of the department. Okay, so this is the question using the, first of all we will use the correlated subquery for the this solving this question. Okay, so I have already created the query, so I will explain you that query. Okay, so first of all I will select star from student. Okay, so this is my student table. Okay, so in the student table, record 1 2 3. Okay, so one record is not there, so I will add. Okay, so I have inserted the data in this table. So if you check the table, like roll number Ram Sham, then Arun Nikita, then fifth Desh Pratik. Okay, so basically this is my table. Okay, so for the student table we can consider this table. And secondly, we will also check the department table. Select star from department. So if you check the department, in the department there are there is the no data, so I will add the data. First of all I will give the all the script that I use. Okay, so for the department, so we have the three department, so I will add this department. Okay, so now my table created data also inserted. So basically this is my two table, and based on this two table we need to find the student who score more than the average marks of the each their department. So basically if you check, there are department 1 2, then department 2, and also we will update the department id, update student, then set department id equal to 3, where department id, sorry, where the department id equal to 0. So basically whatever the 0 department id, so this is the 0 department id. So for this we will add the department id, we will replace the 0 to the 3. So I will update the statement. Okay, so two row affected, then I will select the student table. Now data will updated. Okay, so what I will do now, I will uh, if you check in this question as that, so this is the table. In this table average marks for the each department, their department. So so if suppose this is the department id1, so we need to find the average mark for the department id1. So if we calculate the average, so for that average we have the one aggregation function average. So for using this average function we will calculate the average mark. So I have already write a query, so I will just explain you that query. Okay, so I will directly copy this query and then I will show you. Okay, so I will paste the query and now I will explain you this query. Okay, okay, so first of all, if you check, this is my outer query. Okay, so this is my sub query. So if you can check in this query, if we execute this query, then we will get the one output like multi for d dot is dot department id. Okay, so basically if you check, so this is the one query. Select student id marks department id from the student. This is the alias as the s. Okay, and where the marks greater than, then we will also it will be the given the outer query result. So this query whatever the return, so s dot department id means this student table. So if I execute full query, then we will get the output like the sham the marks is the 15.5 and department ID is a 1. So I will parallelly, I will, what I will do, I will execute the student table and I will show you. Okay, copy with header, then we will go to the Excel. So I will, okay, so this is my existing table, and if I show you the output, so if you check, so here we will use the average function. So this average function will be based on the marks. So whatever the marks, where the department ID equal to department ID, same table we will join two times, but this time this is the object of the this query. So whatever the output of this query, so same output it will be match with this one, and whatever the greater than marks, if you check the where the marks greater than this, whatever the output it will be written, so it will be given the greater, the greater than marks for the final output. Okay, so if I execute this query, then student name, marks and department ID, so it will be give the three records, so three records from the three table. Okay, so I will paste the output here. Okay, I will paste the output. Okay, if you check the sham, this is a department ID one, so this is the department ID one, and in this department ID there is a two records. Okay, so one is the sham, one is the ram. Okay, roll number one is the ram, second is the sham. So if we compare these two output, then it will be give the whatever the average marks. Okay, so this is the greater than this mark, so it will be written as a 15.5 for the department ID 1. Okay, so this is the department ID 1. So for the department ID 2, there is a two records. Okay, in the department ID 2. So if you check, you check the Arun and Nikita belong from the department ID 2, and Arun marks is the 60, Nikita marks is the 80. So if we compare these two records, so then we will find that 18 is a greater than 16. So as per the query, so here we will write a condition like the marks greater than whatever the average mark. So if we directly find the average mark from the this table, then so this is the average mark for the all the table, all the department. But if we where the we will add the where condition department means this is a one query. So this is belong from the department, and this s dot department ID belongs from the this table. Okay, so this way we can calculate the average marks, or we can join the same table and we will find the whatever the query that we call as a correlated subquery. So now the same like that for the department ID 3 also we can check. So this is department ID 3. In this department ID, Siddesh and Pratik belong from the department ID 3. And if you check the Pratik having the less mark, like the 70 marks, and Siddesh having the 19.5 marks. So whatever the highest mark from for this department, it will be written like 19.5 for the department ID 3. So this is the output for the correlated subquery. So I hope you will understood the how we can write the query for the correlated subquery. And if suppose we can also use the group by like using the group by also we can find this the department wise highest salary or department wise highest mark. So same like that we will use the correlative subquery for the same output. Okay, so this is the one thing that we have completed. Now we will go for the second. Okay, so output for the correlative subquery that we have the completed. Now I will, okay, so correlated subquery. So we have the completed correlated subquery. Now we will go by the next one. So next is the, so basically the correlated subquery. Then we will go by the next one. So next one is the exist versus in. So this is again a most important question asked in an interview, or if you are the working any kind of task. So the exist and versus in. So basically definition, exist return the true if the subquery return the at least one row. So the exist is the keyword. Basically, this will be useful for the, it will be written the true when the subquery return the at least one row, and if suppose the subquery not return any kind of things, then it will be given the false result. Okay, so based on the false, so whatever the outer query, it will be depend on the this return statement. If suppose it will be return false, then outer query will not executed, and whatever the data, that will be not populated. Okay, so then in keyword, so basically in keyword is a compare a value with the a list of the value returned by the subquery. So basically the in keyword, basically when we will use, so when the basically it will be comparing the value based on the return by the subquery. Okay, and it will be compare the whatever the value it will be returned. Okay, so syntax is an example we will check. So for that we will directly check the one direct example. So for that I will open my SSMS. So this is the second example, and this example basically for the exist versus in. Okay, so the question is that find the department that have the at least one student. Okay, so the basically this question asks that ki, the find the department that have the at least one student. So basically in our table, so all the are the department having the student. But if suppose we will add the one record and that having not belong any kind of the department, then this time what happen, that we will check. Okay, so for that what we will do, so first of all I will copy the query so that I have prepared. So I will directly copy this query, and then I will explain you how we can check. Okay, so again we will copy this two table. First of all I will explain you the table, and then we will go by the solution. Okay, okay, so if suppose if you check the this example for the exist. Okay, so if we execute, so in this question are that find the department that have the at least one student. So we need to find if, so if this is a statement which will be written the true, means one, it will be written the one, then it will be executed the outer query. If this will be okay, so this is the multi. And so basically we have created the object of the first table, and this output we will pass to the second query. So for that we will directly execute all the statement. Okay, so you can check. So all the department will be populated because of the all the department having the student. Okay, so the basically for that what we will do. So so all the department having the student, so due to that all the department name will be listed. But if suppose in this statement, if suppose what we will do, so we will add one department, and that department, so basically we will add one department. Okay, insert into department, then directly values, then department id is let's say we will 4, then department name, so computer electrical mechanical and civil. Okay, and then we will close and we will execute this query. Okay, so we have add one department. Okay, add additional department. Okay, Now if suppose if you execute this query, then it will be basically if you check the student table, so the in a student and department table I will execute both query. So if you check the department ID, department ID computer, the department ID is the one. So the for the one we have the two student. For the two we have the two again two student. For the three we have the again two student. So due to that, basically all the department it will be written based on the query, because of we need to find department have the at least one student. So for the civil, if you check the civil, for the civil we have the not, we have the not record for the student. So it will be skip for the civil. So if we execute the query, then you can check. So it will be written only the computer, electrical, mechanical, but civil it will be not written, because of for the civil we have the no any kind of the student will be in my table. So this is a difference for the exist. Now we will check for the in keyword. Okay, so for the in keyword, so I will copy the query, and for the in, so if you check the query, select department name from the department where the department ID in. So then here it will be written the distinct department ID. So if we execute this query, then it will be written 1 2 3. Okay, so for the fourth we have the not record. So due to that, only the up to three records will be written. So if you run the query computer, electrical, mechanical. Okay, so for the civil we have the not written the any data, because of we have the don't have the record for the civil department. If you check the student table for the civil, we have the not any record. But what we will do, so we will insert into student, so we will add one record. Okay, directly we will add the one record. Okay, so for the department student roll number, say 1, then we will put a comma, then we will add the student like Aditya. Then for the department ID we will use the 4. Okay, and for the marks we will add 60 or 65, and for the age we will add the age like 25. Now if we execute this query, then we will get the one record will be added. And now if we run the query, then we will get the civil department. Okay, because of we have the added one record. So basically in this query, if you check, so the select department name from the department where the department ID in. So in keyword, basically whatever the output for this query. So this query basically it will be return the whatever the department ID, distinct department ID from the student. So if you run the query, it will be written 1 2 3 4. There is a four record will be written, but because of the we will use the distinct keyword. So distinct it will be the unique record it will be written, and based on this we will join the department table. So whatever the ID, this ID we will filter in a this condition. So whatever the IT it will be written, so it will be filtered in a where condition for the outer query. So outer query means from this bracket to this bracket is the this is the inner query and this is the outer query. And using the in keyword we will find the we will first of all we will check the whatever the element in that, and based on that element we will select the data. So this is a basically in keyword it will be used. Okay, now then we will go for the third is the common table expression. So for the common table expression, So the definition saying that a city is a temporary result set that can be referred to the within the select, insert, update, and or delete. So basically, this is the example for the city. So the common table expression, it will be useful for the storing the temporary result set that can be referred to the within the select, insert, update, and delete statement. Okay, if you check the SQL, this is the command with. So basically, whenever we will define the city, then we will start with city name. So with is a keyword, and this is city name, means basically whatever the expression we will return. So we will add the naming convention for that city. Then we will use a add as. So as is a keyword. So basically this keyword indicating that whatever the expression we will return, it will be start from this bracket to the this bracket. Okay, so in this particular area we will add the expression. It's like select, insert, update, delete. So whatever the DML, the statement that we can add in this particular bracket. Okay, so as of now it will be used for the select, and after that you can check. So after the bracket, select star from city name. So whatever the expression name we will given for the city, then based on that same name we will select the whatever the data it will be written. So this is a simple syntax for the city. Okay, so common table expression. So now we will check the practically how we can create the city function and what is the scenario. So for that, basically correlated subquery practical. So we will already check that for the correlated subquery how we can find the greater than average mark there in a department. So I will again run this query and I will show you the output for this query. So in a new query, so the same query that we have already checked in a previous slide. Okay. So now the second question, it will be used for the city with a recursive query. So basically for that, first of all we will create a one table. So this is a table is the employee table. Okay. So for that I will use the city and a recursive query. So this is the okay. So this query for the city and recursive query. Okay. So first of all we will create we have created one table, employee table. Okay, so this is my employee table. Okay, so now what I will do, I will add the data for the employee table. Okay, so for that I have already given the query. So if you check, so this is the query. So basically this is the query that will useful for the adding the data. Okay, so okay, so we need to add this data. Okay, so I will directly go to the insert statement. Okay, insert into, then employee one, then values, then this is the value. Okay, so first value, so one, then the one a, then null. Okay, then for the next comma, so 2d1. Okay, and then one. Okay, then third one is the 3c2. Okay, then last one is the for D2. Okay, so now four record will be affected. So we have inserted the four record for this table. Okay, so if I select then the employee table, so this is the data for the employee table. So I will copy with header and I will paste into the in this table. Okay, so in the Excel form. Okay, so I will add the okay. So basically, if you check, this is the data for the employee table, employee ID, employee name, and manager ID. So if you check, so this in this table, so there is the employee ID from this column, employee name, and the last one is the manager ID. So basically, the manager ID. Okay, so basically the manager ID null 1 2 2. Okay, so this is the manager ID. Basically for the employee ID, manager is a null. So the same question that asks that we need to find the employee ID. Okay, so I will explain you the statement. Okay, so okay, so what I will do, I will copy the question. Okay, okay, so get the employee hierarchy starting from the top level. Manager ID is a null. Okay, so this is the hierarchy that we need to find out. Okay, so in a top level we need to add the which manager id is null, then for the 2 manager is a 1, then 3 for the manager id 2, then 4 with the manager id 2. So this is the hierarchy that we need to show. So using the common table expression and correlated subquery. So this is the query that we will use for useful for the we will use for the writing the hierarchy. So I will explain you this query. Okay, so first of all I will copy this query in a SSMS. I will paste this query. Okay, so now if you check, so the manager ID. Okay, so okay, so first of all we will start the city function with, and this is my city name, like employee hierarchy as. Then we will start the statement, like in the first statement we will return the query like select employee id, then employee name, manager id, and this is the 0 as a level. So 0 level means this is the manager level. Okay, from the employee where the manager id is a null means basically who have the employee whoever the manager id is null means this is the higher position, because of employee id 1 who don't have the any kind of the manager, that means ki this is the higher position or this is the team leader for that manager. Okay, so this is a higher position, and then under that employee id 2 is working. Then from the for the employee id 2 there are two employees working, 3 and 4, because of how we can identify based on the manager id. So for the employee id 1 there is no manager. For the employee id 2 manager is a 1 means this is the manager id. Okay, so for the 3 manager id is a 2 means this is the manager, and for the 3 manager id 2 and 4 as a, also the manager id is 2. So so we need to write a hierarchy. Okay, so first like this, the employee id manager id, then employee 2 manager id is a 1, then employee id 3 manager id is 2. Like this hierarchy we need to show in a example. Okay, so how we can write, so first of all in a first statement what we will do, so we have the writer query for the manager id who having the manager is a null or it is a senior higher level. Okay, top level. Okay, and after that we will union all. So union all it will be return the all the record, whatever the data it will be match or not, all the data it will be return. So you can check. So in and all, the same query we will return, but also we will inner join with hierarchy. So this is the hierarchy on the employee e dot employee id equal to eh means employee hierarchy dot employee id. So that means ki, you know, in this also you can check eh dot level plus 1 means this whatever the level. So as of now the level is the 0. So then, so here also we need to change the employee 1. Okay, now we will run the query. Okay, manager id, right. So in this basically, if I execute this query, then it will be show the my one kind of the hierarchy. Okay, so this is the hierarchy. I will copy with header, and I will paste in a excel, and then I will explain it. Okay. Okay. So basically, if you check employee ID 1, the employee name is A, then manager is a null, because of for the A is a higher position. That employee ID 1 means A don't have any manager, so it is a higher position, means 0 position means one first position. Okay. Then second position the employee ID 2, so whose manager is the 1 and level is a 1. Then third position for the employee ID 3, so the name is a C and whose manager is a 2, means this manager employee ID 2 is the manager for the employee ID 3. So this is the second level. And again, if you check the again the employee ID 4, so it is also the second position, because of the for the 3 also the same manager, say, manager ID 2, and for the 4 also it is the manager ID 2. So it is the same level. Okay, so the both are the in the same position. Okay, because of it having the same manager, due to that it will be in the same position. So this is the output that we have expected from this query. Okay, so uh, so using the subquery, or sorry, using the city, we will find that how we can find the hierarchy for the any kind of the top level manager, or after that what is the manager, the second level, third level, or whatever the level that we have already checked. So basically for that we have used the city table, so with hierarchy as, then this is the one query. And second one we will union all, because of we need to all the data, so due to that we will use the union all keyword. Okay, so we will union all. So this is the one output. So if I execute, so it will be give me the only the one record. Okay, for the this one, if we run this query, so it will be also given the. Okay, so this is the depend on eh. So eh is the employee hierarchy, and employee hierarchy will join using the this inner join. So if I execute this one, okay, so object name, because of this is the employee hierarchy is the object name of the city. So we need to write all the query in a one shot. Okay, so then we will get the output. So this is the real time use of the city common table expression. So okay, so we will go the next. So the now the summary. So basically in a session we will check what is the correlated subquery using the student table. So correlated subquery, basically it will be useful when the row by row comparison, or whenever we have the filtering the data. Okay, so correlated subquery is a basically if suppose interviewer ask you, so you can write department wise the highest mark, so without using the group by. So that time you can use the correlative subquery, because of in a correlative subquery also we will find the same output as per we will use the group by clause. Okay, so it will be go by row, and it will also perform the comparison operator. Then also we can filtering the data in a correlated subquery. Then we will check the exist versus in. So in a department and student table, it will be present for the filtering the relationship between the these two table. And for the city, So for the employee, for the finding the hierarchy means how we are the top level manager. After that, who working under the after that manager, then the team. So for that hierarchical order, we will use the CTE. So CTE basically simplify the recursion and reuse the code. Okay, so this way we have completed the our day number 6, the practical theoretical part. So if you have any query, any question, you can mention in a comment box, or if you have any feedback, you can definitely give me. So in the next session we will definitely go by the further your queries.